Welcome to Yoke's YouTube channel. I'm Liz Matthew, the regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we will be discussing about the Rural Community Immigration Pilot, RCIP, and specifically for the community in Sudbury, Ontario. What are its criterias and what you need to be doing to be qualified under the program, so on and so forth. Let us know which community you are looking for, and if you are someone who is looking for a job offer in the community, what are the requirements that you have met so far? Do you have a job offer? Let us know, and we'll be happy to hear from you. So let's dive into the video. So what is RCIP? RCIP is, as I mentioned, it's a Rural Community Immigration Pilot. It's a community-based permanent residency pathway, which is basically there to help out rural communities and employers to support skilled workers. Basically, to summarize how this works, first, a designated employer is required to support you for when you say you need a job offer in the community. How that job offer can be received is only from specific designated employers. So not all employers are designated. And then once the employer is designated, they do submit your documents to the community, to the Sudbury municipality, and then they go through a process. If they are good, they do give you a community recommendation, and after the community recommendation is received, in most cases, say if your work permit is expiring, you can apply for a work permit extension based on that, and then also put in your PR application. So if everything is good, you receive your permanent residence. That's basically, to summarize, how does RCIP work. And why do you need to choose Greater Sudbury? Greater Sudbury is getting very popular nowadays due to the RCIP program. A lot of people are moving in there as there is a demand for healthcare, mining, engineering, construction, transportation, education, and community services type of job. And they have also received 525 RCIP allocations. It was distributed along 8 intake periods, and that is great to know, and it is getting very popular. And the priority sectors, Sudbury community are favoring 6 sectors, which is the business, finance, and administration, then the natural and applied sciences, health, education, social, community, and government services, trades and transport, natural resources, and agriculture. Yes, these are the priority sectors that Greater Sudbury is looking for. Also, within these categories, there are NOC codes that specifically RCIP is very much keen into, as they are in-demand occupations, and they are available on their RCIP community page as well. So the federal eligibility requirements for RCIP is you need to have a qualifying job offer. So the qualifying job offer is from a designated employer, as I mentioned earlier, and you need to have relevant work experience or eligible international graduate exemptions. So language test needs to be met as per the CLB, and the educational credential assessment. If you are someone who have been educated outside Canada, you do require an educational credential assessment, your proof of settlement funds, and intention that you will be living in the Greater Sudbury area. And just by meeting these minimum criteria doesn't mean that you are guaranteed your recommendation letter in the province. The RCIP community needs to be convinced of your intention and your purpose. And language requirements are also there. Say if you are having a tier 0 or 1 category job, yes, you need a CLB 6 minimum. A tier 2 and tier 3, you need a CLB 5 minimum. A tier 4 and 5, you need to have a CLB 4 minimum. As I mentioned earlier, there are designated employers in each RCIP community. So when you go to the RCIP webpage, you are able to see the communities listed out there, and they are officially designated by the City of Greater Sudbury. and verify to make sure that your employer is actually on this list. And the community selection process. So after you receive a job offer from your designated employer, the employer is the one that submits your application to the city of Greater Sudbury, and community reviews your eligibility. Candidates are ranked using point system. There is the scoring grid, community scoring grid for Sudbury is there, and the highest ranking candidates do receive invitation, and the minimum community score of 79 is a requirement to enter into the pool. And applicants are considered during the scheduled intake rounds. So what basically increases your score? I did mention there is a community score grid, and it is based on your job offer, your priority occupations, your work experience, your language ability, how long you have lived in the community, and if you have done your studies in Sudbury, yes, you do get additional points. So these are points that you would be receiving. And international graduate exemptions. So someone who did their education in the city of Sudbury, yes, you would get an exemption where you do not need to meet the 1-year experience criteria. And this makes RCIP program even more attractive for students who graduated in Canada and they have a designated employer in the community. So basically, to sum up, in regards to RCIP, it's a community-driven program. It focuses on specific labor shortages in the specific community, and proper guidance can significantly strengthen your application as putting in the finding a right employer that's helping you to get to the next step of permanent residence is very much important. And reach out to us with all your inquiries in regards to RCIP. We'll be happy to help you out. And hopefully this video has been helpful. Leave us a comment and subscribe to our channel, and see you all in the next video.